Welcome to another past revision session from CSEC. Here we have question 2a here, and you're asked to factorize these three expressions. So what you need to do in part 1 here is to look for the common factor in the expression, and the common factor here is y, so we need to factor out y. So y is our common factor, so we factor out y. So you need to think of what times y gives us y squared, and that's obviously y, and we have minus what times y gives us minus 3y, so that's going to be minus 3. So the expression is factorized. Let us look at part 2. Part 2 question is a bit tricky because if you can't recall the difference between two squares, because if I give you, for example, 100 square minus 99 square, and I ask you to work out that in your head without a calculator, you might be saying, what am I really saying? Now, if you apply the technique, which is the difference between two squares, you'd see that you could do it in your head. What this means is that we have 100 plus 99 in bracket, and then we have 100 minus 99. So our answer really is 100 plus 99, which is 199 times 1. So the answer is 199. So that's the difference between two squares. Okay, so we're going to apply the same technique to this question, but you have to look carefully. Now 9x squared minus 1 can be written as 3 square, and then we have our x square minus 1 square. Then you can apply the same procedure here. So I'm going to put these brackets here, and you decide what should go into the bracket. Okay, so you should get 3x plus 1 and 3x minus 1, and the expression is factorized, and that's the difference between two squares. Now part 3, this question can be a bit tricky for some people. Others it's very easy because they can spot the factors straight away. Now you can write down your answer straight away, or you could work out how you get your answer. For those people who can't figure out how we get the answer, I'm going to explain that after. So you should get 2a and 4a here, because when you times that you get 8a squared, and then we're going to have 2a minus 1 and 4a plus 1. When you expand this, you should get the answer there. Now for those people who do not understand this, I'm going to explain it to you. What you need to do is to look at the expression, and you identify the coefficient of a squared here, which is 8, and you also identify the constant, which is minus 1. And what you do, you times them. So what you really want, you want to find the factors when you times them. So you want the factors, and you want a sum as well. So 8 times minus 1 gives us minus 8. So we want the factors of minus 8, and we want a sum to give us the middle term here, which is minus 2a. So in this case we want a sum which is minus 2. So if we think about the factors of minus 8, straight away we see that minus 4 times positive 2 gives us minus 8, and when we add them we get minus 2. So those are the factors we want. So what you need to do next is to replace this 2a here by the factors that we get. So the factors are minus 4, so we would have minus 4a, and plus 2a. So this is the same thing as minus 2a, because when you add minus 4a plus 2a you get minus 2, and you rewrite everything that you had before. So in this case we had minus 1 and we had 8a squared. Okay, what you need to do next is to insert your brackets and factor out the common factors. So let's insert our bracket here and insert our bracket here as well. So in the expression here, the common factor is 4a. So if we factor out 4a is a common factor. 4a times something gives us 8a, and that's going to give us 2a minus 1. And then the common factor in 2a minus 1 here is just going to be just positive 1. So it's plus 1 into 2a minus 1. So we have a common factor here now, which is 2a minus 1. So we write our common factor as 2a minus 1. That's one factor. When we factor out 2a minus 1 here, we have 4a. So we have 4a left there. And when we factor out 2a minus 1 here, we just have plus 1. So it's 4a plus 1 as required, as what we had before. So we have factorized our expression using the straightforward technique for those people who do not understand how it's done. Thank you for listening, and I hope you do understand how to factorize these expressions.